Things about Arizona and LA that you didn't know. Coming from a guy from Tennessee. He's never been to Arizona or LA. You ready? Starting off with the most obvious. But this is the only thing I'm going to tell you. We're talking about blood temples. That's right. There was blood temples in Arizona all the way through LA. All the way through California, that's right. Yep. Parts of Arizona and parts of California, you can find bone-ridden blood temples. You know, something you can find in Mexico, you can find in parts of America. Crazy, weird, ordinary. You might think it's fake, but it's not. You can look it up. It's very, very fucking true. Yep. That's the end of this video. See you later. You remember years ago it was a thing about people saying Lady Gaga had a kid. There was like a little TV show segment of like a person pretending to be Lady Gaga's child. Where Lady Gaga was in her late 30s. This woman was like 18, 16, 20. So nearly impossible logically. Remember that? You don't remember that? Great, cool, great. Yeah, this is years ago. I just brought it up because I want to know if you remember it. Okay. I mean, yeah. Why not? And like I said in the first part of this video, talking about the Bone Temple, so welcome to the Bone Temple, and welcome to weird things that aren't true. Let's talk about an utter dark and twisted little theory, or weird crazy fact. That's why the theory series is getting bigger, badder, and oh boy is it getting darker. Right? We're going to talk about something that is crazy. Now, I talked about earlier in the video that I did yesterday or today about, you guessed it, the devil. But right now we're talking about Judas. Would you make a deal with Judas? What is Judas? Judas is the dark priest, right? The guy who messages for the devil. The guy who some say is the devil. A guy who was a regular human who killed himself on behalf of the devil. But he started a fire 1,700 miles away, well, from the church. But how did he do that? Back in the 1700s? Well, he used cobblestone. Boom, boom, boom. And then he set himself in the church, right, in Rome, and poof, he burned himself alive. But first, he made it look like he murdered himself by stabbing. But someone else did it, because he actually stabbed himself. He had some hooks coming down, boom, and arrows. Or at least that's the way it's said in books. Now, would you make a deal with a man who's willing to sacrifice his own life so he believes in the fact of the devil? Would you? Is your self-beliefs that dark and twisted?